This is Sinn Féin's Day of Action. This is us standing up against the Tory cuts. And it's quite clear to me that all across West Belfast, thousands of people have signed the petition today. Thousands of people. The response has absolutely been tremendous, and people have been overwhelmed. Our activists have been on the go from early this morning, and they'll not be complete until later on this afternoon. The response they've got has been first class. People are saying to us that they are opposed to these cuts. We know now that we have taken the right decision by opposing these cuts and by blocking these cuts, by the response of the people here in West Belfast. And that's being replicated right across the 6 counties today. And people are up for this challenge, people are up for the fight, because it's wrong.
What message do you think that sends the Tory government, that people are actively engaging with Sinn Féin and are prepared to stand with us in this fight?
Well, it's quite clear that this sends a massive message to the Tory government that we are right for opposing Tory cuts, and that's exactly what we're about. We can't stand idly by and watch thousands of people being screwed by a Tory government who will be financially cut to their budget, families' budget. So people who are working poor, people with disabilities, and people who are unemployed. We're opposed to that, and we're not going to let that happen.
What's been the reaction to the Day of Action?
Well, the reaction was very positive, been very, very busy. You can see the stalls are, we've been here from early this morning. We're getting a great response, and it's very, very clear that the majority of the people in the area are totally opposed to the welfare and Tory cuts.
Do you find that there's a great understanding of what it's going to mean to them in reality?
Well, in fairness, there is a few people there that will be explaining in a bit more detail exactly what it'll mean, and then people sort of, starting to get the message out. But there is a lot of people have been saying, they've been following our websites, our pages. We have been very vocal within the areas. We've been doing leaflet drops in the areas as well, informing them. So in fairness, a lot of them totally understand, but there's a few people there we've had a chance to engage with and explain exactly what this will mean to them.
Well, this petition that we are asking people to sign today has been very popular. We've had a lot of people that have stopped, a lot of people who have asked questions. People are genuinely interested because they recognise the importance of this petition. They recognise the impact that these cuts will have on local homes. They especially recognise the impact that a bedroom tax, cuts to disability benefit. I spoke to a woman who was partially sighted earlier, who her group relies solely on external funding, and that she has made it clear that her group can't continue to survive with any further cuts to their service. And we're hearing that quite a lot within the community sector, as well as within homes. These cuts are starting to really worry people as to the impact that it will have on their own family life.
Here today in North Belfast, we've kicked off our street campaign, and the reaction has been very, very good, very positive, and a positive interaction with the people who are under no illusions that these cuts are coming, and they are worried, they are scared, and they are worried for the wider community of how this will affect us. This here is not just about the welfare cuts, people on benefits as some people think it is. This is about working class people who are out there working, the working poor as I like to call them, who are struggling every week to pay their bills. 70% of these cuts are going to affect the working people who are in employment, not people who are unemployed. So this is cutting across all parts of our community, so it is, and everybody is going to be affected. So we're out here today engaging, talking to people, and people are saying to us, thanks very much for fighting our corner for us, because we are seen to be the only party who are able to stand up to these Tory cuts, and we are hoping that everybody else will join together with us. And this is not about party politics, this is about the welfare of people on the street. This is about ourselves, our whole community, our whole country. So it is about standing up against these Tories in England who are millionaires, who think that they can cut the benefits from the poor people of society, the people who need it the most. People are under no illusions, no matter where they come from, no matter what community they come from. Should it be Glenbryn? Should it be Tigers Bay? Should it be New Lodge? Should it be Antrim Road? Should it be Ardoyne? The people of all of North Belfast, Unionists, Nationalists, Loyalists, Republican, Catholics, Protestants, are all going to be affected by these cuts, so they are. We are asking people here today to come and stand with us, Sinn Féin, to stand together to fight these cuts, to fight these Tories cuts, because North Belfast, the deprivation here is bad. This is going to make deprivation in North Belfast even worse than it is today. So it is. So we're asking everybody, be united, come together and stand with us to fight back with these cuts.
Well, as Sinn Féin MEP for the North, and in the company of 3 other Sinn Féin MEPs now in Europe, we oppose Tory cuts in Europe. We oppose it in Ireland, and we oppose them in every institution we are in. And the reality is that the poor is being made to pay for the scandal that took place across many, many countries, and particularly here in Ireland, where you had bankers and developers ruining this economy. And when you look at the number of people who have been forced into poverty, deprivation, the number of young people who have been forced to leave our land across the 32 counties of Ireland, we are here today standing shoulder to shoulder with the people who need our support, the most vulnerable in our society. That's our ideology. That's who Sinn Féin is.